Hello everyone, I'm Vicky, StitchNButton. This is my 50-second Flosstube video, and today is February 26th, for me anyway. I don't know when you're watching, I know when I'm doing it. It's a Wednesday night. I'm actually on schedule, so 2 weeks later, here I am. I didn't think I would be. I've been fighting the crud for the past couple of days, but I found this stuff, this Mucinex Max Coal or something like that. Anyway, it's worth its weight in gold, and it's doing pretty good. That and like ODing on the vitamin C works too. For me, I'm not a doctor, but I figured let me get this video out because I got plenty to show even after just 2 weeks. I've got notes, I've got the winner of the giveaway, and I've got whips to show. I don't have any finishes, but I've got a couple close, at least one, and one that'll be done, started, and finished probably in one sitting, and I'll get to that later. That's in my plans. So let's get to it. I am very happy about this season because it's close enough to Easter that my Starbucks jelly beans are back in the stores. This is my third bag. I'm almost done the second bag, which is all reds, but I love the Starburst. And the Jolly Rancher ones, also a big hit for me. Little things in life, right? Alright, so I pretty much did whatever Magical Stitches told me to do, and for semi-sane I've been doing the I've been trying to do the around the world. I'm failing miserably. I think I've only done like 1 or 2 prompts on the thing. What am I gonna do? I have to post. Let me write myself a note. I have to post for one of the things on there, now that I'm thinking about it, and I forgot twice already. You ever do that? You remember, and then you forget, and then you remember that you forgot. That's me. Alright, wrote myself a big note. So, basically what I've been doing is whatever Magical Stitches of these prompts tell me to, and I haven't really had a lot of stuff that I was like, ooh, I want to stitch it, gotta fit it in. I'm pretty much going, what's gonna fit, and I guess I'll stitch it. I've also done a lot of beading. If you belong to my Facebook group, you'll see that I put a lot of stuff in there. I did beaded threaders and needle minder, frogger things that I've added. So that's what, if I wasn't stitching, I was beading. And I finished a whole bunch of bags. A little bit over a week ago, I finished up that, and that's what prompted the beading, because I had to make all the zipper pulls. So, okay. Good Friends. This is one I had to do something what I was closest to finishing, and wasn't sure I had a whole 300 stitches. Boy, was I wrong. This is what I'm doing, minus these tulips. So I just moved all this up, and I'm doing this. This is by Sue Hillis, and I took it out, and believe it or not, I put in 300 stitches, and I'm still not done. Very deceiving, and I kept it on the Q snap, and I threw it down on the table. I kept it on the Q snap because you could see the whole entire thing, and it's nice and snug. Anyway, I'm doing it 2 over 1. I wish I would have done 1 over 1 because I'm not crazy about the way some of the stitches are lying, but it is what it is. It's 28 count. It doesn't look too bad. And I did a lot of the flowers. I did the pig, and I did a lot of it's just like a stitch here, a stitch there, because all these flowers have like 2 to 3 colors in each one. All the leaves have 2 to 3 colors in each one. So basically what I need to do is finish up the flowers. There's a couple of flowers I need to finish up. I think there's something in here and something over here. And then this says go for the in here that I need to finish up, and it's just a couple of full stitches and some back stitching. So I don't have too much left. I'm trying to look at the picture and compare what I've got. Oh, and then there's the other half of this heart that goes in here too. Not too much. I don't think I have another 300 to do. Now that I think, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I have another 300. So maybe I should just get that finished up. I don't know. I might save it for another prompt. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what Magical Stitches tells me what to do, right? I'm trying to get everything, sort of stacked everything so I can put it away. Oh, if you noticed, I got 6 inches chopped off my hair. I finally went and got my hair cut, and it feels great. I think I lost about 5 pounds, and I got all this curl back. So it feels good. I said, just cut off the dead ends. I don't care how short you need to make it. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, it will grow back. So, and it will. It'll grow back. It took me a year to get my hair cut since the last time, so. Okay, so what else did I work on? I had to work on, I forget what the prompt was, but it was Magical Stitches, and I think I did about 300 stitches on this, and it's Spirit of the Dragonfly from Heaven Art Designs. And this is the picture, and you can't really see much. It's white on white. I pretty much just, because these blocks are 20 by 20, not 10 by 10, I filled in that, and I started over here, and that was 300 stitches. So, a little bit of progress. Everything's good, right? That's 4, 8, 12. Not bad. 12, 13. Like 1,400 stitches on it. There's a hell of a lot more that's going to be going on there. So, put this in here. Just a little bit of crinkling, sorry guys. Take your headphones off. Okay. What's next? Artisy. I also had to work on, I forget. I don't know. I had to work on something. I had to do a few hundred stitches. I worked on Anholt Castle. This is in sepia, as it says. This was a freebie on Artisy for a while. It's not a freebie anymore, so you'd have to purchase it. It's worth it. I think so. I like it. And here is what I did. Oh, because of Pattern Keeper, I am cross-countrying the hell out of this, because it highlights all the things, and I just wanted to get, there were so many threads building up on parking, they were getting in my way. I had one point stitched the bulk of it in the back somehow. I had to frog to get that out. So I decided to just, whatever stitches, I think I needed like 200 or 300 stitches. About 200 or 300 stitches. And Pattern Keeper actually count for you how many stitches you did in the day on that project. So that was a big help in counting. It was a big help in cross country. It was a big help in getting rid of some of these threads. There are about half the threads that there now that there were before, and they were all in the same area. This is a little bit of a tree in the corner that I did. See, it's pretty much just this right here. And that's how far I've gotten on that. That goes into here. My daughter finally got her package. I kitted up a aid that she bought. So I had her send me the numbers and strand usage, the stitches, so I can kit it up on those project cards like I did mine. So I did that for her and sent that off to her. I cut her the fabric and everything. She got that the other day. She was happy. She said, I can't believe how huge this is. Alright, I did a lot of stitching on One Nation. This is from Bygone Stitches. I am using the called for crescent colors, but I am using Creep Bed Brown, which is a darker brown than the ale that's called for. And it is on 32 count. I've done over 1,000 stitches on this one in the past couple of weeks. boy, is it large. Okay, so let's show you in halves. Basically, I had to do red stitches and white stitches or something like that. So I ended up finishing up Massachusetts, and then I moved down, and I still have a couple of red stitches left to do here, but then I had to do some white stitches, and so I did this line. I finished up this line except for right there because then I was done those stitches. Then I had to move over and do some blue stitches. So I only had to do 100 stitches. So I finished up coming down to the bottom of where the stars go there and moved around and like that, because I pretty much just zigzagged up and around over there. So this is the bottom. Then I needed to do red stitches, and unfortunately the line that goes under here is white, so I had to go and move my Q-snaps again. So tonight I put in the 100 red because I already had it on the Q-snaps and I didn't want to take it off to show you guys. So I put in 100 stitches. It was just this couple stitches here, some lettering, and that concludes what I've done. When I looked at the stitch count for this year, just since January, I've done 2,600 stitches on this. I've gotten a lot done. So, J-Long, how far have you gotten? Every time I show it, I'm gonna call her out. I don't know where my needle minder went for this. I'll find it. Anyway, so put this in the bag. Got a lot done on that. Goes a lot faster. Once you get the motifs in, you really don't even need the chart until you need to know where letters go where. I had to do something that started with the letter D, whether it be the name of the pattern or the designer. So I worked on Dorothy's Discovery, and that was for Alphabet Soup, and there was no counting, although I ended up counting them just for the year-long thing for Magical Stitches. And I ended up finishing off both socks and her shoes. And I wonder if I can you see the spark? Look at that sparkle on those shoes. I used Nordic Gold, and it's a braid, a metallic braid from Rainbow Gallery, and I think it's ND6 is the color that I used on that. But I'm done on the red for it now. I just have to finish doing the other colors and then move over and decide which greens I want to use. And that I haven't done yet. I have a few greens in the bag. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to end up using. Here goes the Nordic Gold. And I'm telling you, this is the way to go. It does not fray. It's sort of knitted. It's like a big chain stitch instead of just twisted pieces. And it works a lot better and it's a lot easier. I still use shorter lengths, but it works a lot easier than the Kreinik and such. So that's the way to go. Alright. What's next? We had to do colors in order for Magical Stitches. So we had to do gray and green and I forget the color order. But I had gray and green on this one, which is this Eagles mascot. And it's a good old swoop. And this is how far I've gotten. I only had to do 100 stitches of each, so that was easy to knock out. Basically, I filled in the gray here and the wing on the side of the helmet there, and then I filled in the rest of the side, the ear part of the helmet here, and this in the green. So not too much more to do for him. Yeah, I still have threads all over the place. Because I literally did my 100 stitches and just left the threads there. Sometimes you just want to do what you want to do. Alright. So there's swoop. Put that away. And then I worked on one more. I had to work on black. So instead of pulling out, usually when I have to do just black stitches, I pull out Blue Flame. But she's here somewhere, and I remembered I also had Threadwork Primitives, Beggar's Fourth. So I pulled that one out because I am using Black Coffee for that one. And I do believe that's a Crescent Colors, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Or Classic Colorworks, whatever one, whatever company it was when I bought it. And I only did 100 stitches on it, so I just got in these little black stitches last night. Got that 100 and put it away. Because now I need to work on the letter E, which I'll show you what I chose for that. I also need to do 300 stitches on whether the queen went into the forest or the mountains. I think my option is going to have to be forest because I think I have more stuff that's forest-like than mountain-like, which is fine. I just haven't figured out what I want to. That's 300 stitches, and I don't know what I want to do yet. But because of Alphabet Soup, I'm moving stuff around so it'll be easier to show. Because of Alphabet Soup, I need to do E, and you just have to show progress in the 2-week period. There's no there's no stitch count on it. But I've been wanting to do this, and I know it's just going to take a little bit of time for me to do it. I got it last year at Nashville when I was with Elizabeth. She had this release. I think I got it last year. If not last year, I got it the last time I saw her. Excuse me. Again, the crud. My God. No, I don't have to be sarcastic, but the world gives me so much to work with. Why waste it? That was for my friend Jen. I need to work on the letter E. I need to pause. Let's try to finish up. Okay. So for the letter E, it can be the designer or the design. And if it's the design, it has to be the first letter or the first word in the design. If it's the designer, it could be the first and or last name. Well, and the design, so like for Heaven and Earth Designs, it can be an H, or it could be one of the initials from the actual artist. This, I'm using Elizabeth's name for the E, and I want to do Orts and Such. I'm pretty sure I can do this in one sitting. I might just do this tonight. It's going to be an in-hand thing because it comes with the fabric. It's wrinkled from being in the box all that time. If I wasn't lazy, I'd probably like iron it, but I'm lazy. Anyway, I decided not to do it on all black. What I want to do is I'm going to do, the words are going to be in Carriage Black, which is a General Arts. And then the bird is going to be Midnight. I think he's going to be all blue. And then the hearts are going to be 816, which is a garnet red. Now, I do think I'm going to make his beak and his feet black, though, just to keep with it. But that's it. And then it'll be done. It came with, I don't know if she still has the full kits. You can check her Etsy, and I'll put her link below. But it comes with the twill tape that you you gather around the top. And she does have instructions on how to do it. She's pretty good about that. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to keep this out and work on that tonight to get that done. That'll be my letter E. Get that done. Now, I was last night looking for also letter F, and I make a spreadsheet of all my whips and stuff, so it makes it easier at a glance. And I'm looking through it, and I don't see an F anywhere. First, I couldn't even find an E, and then I realized, Elizabeth, because I didn't want to start early. I want to start Early Americans, not yet though. I don't want to start a big project right now, so I want to start that later on in the year. It's all kitted up. So, Orts and such it is. Now, that being said, I'm thinking ahead, and I was on Virtual Stitchers and talking with them, and I'm like, now I need an F. And I'm looking, and I'm looking, I'm like, I don't have anything started. I'm going to have to start something new. So, that opened up a rabbit hole. I ended up pulling out everything that I had kitted, and then I left it all out because I was tired last night, and I said I have to make a list. Today, after some coffee and some cough medicine and stuff, I went through and I made a whole list of all my kitted things. Now, a few years ago, I went on this, I don't even know what to call it, something proper, insanity. I don't know. What do you want to call it? Anyway, I lost my friggin' mind, and I went and kitted up over 80 things. I was just in the mood to kit. I actually do like kitting. I like putting the colors together and figuring out what I have and going through all my stuff. And I can do it for days. So that's what I did. Well, you know, a few years down the line, 5, 6 years down the line, I'm starting to look at the stuff that I kitted, and I'm like, I don't want to stitch that anymore. I don't like that. Now, some of it's been kitted even longer than that. There's some stuff that's been kitted for at least 10 years or so. So, I had unkitted a whole bunch of it. So what's left is what I thought either yeah, I still really want to stitch it, or I don't want to stitch it yet. So that's what's in my hamper back here. It's a clothes hamper with the liner and everything, one of those decent ones. And I took everything out and I made a list, and it looks like right now I have 30 whips. Now I'm not counting orts and such as a kitted or a whip, because I think I can get it done and out of here so it won't even land on a list. As far as kitted, I have 78. That was the bag that I had hanging there with stuff in it, and it's 78 kitted items, and they range from like Dimensions gold kits that I took the fabric out and put new fabric in, big things like that, to down to little tiny fobs and such. So I need to get to stitching, I guess, huh? Get some stuff done. Well, 4 plans besides doing the orts and such. The 29th is coming up, and I am part of that Leap into a New Start. So we're starting a new thing on the 29th of every month. For this month, I've really been thinking about, I want to start Hedgehog House. That's this one. Hedgehog House is by Lena Lawson Needle Arts, the artwork of Jean-Baptiste Monge, I'm assuming is his name. And that's the one I kitted with the Peddler's Blend from Dames of the Needle. So that is going to be my start for the 29th. On the 15th is the Awesome Pattern Studio SAL. And I went and kitted that up the other day. I'm going to do this Dragonfly. Awesome Pattern Studio is on Etsy. And I decided, I've had this fabric 20 years. And if you know Fabric Flare, his parents actually started before he did. And they were Dove Stitch. And this is Dove Stitch. And this one's called Lily, or Daylily. Lily, it's a lily pattern. On there, you could barely see it. It's like a shadow of a lily pattern. Let me see. but you can see the flowery type. So it's only going to take a little bit of this. I only need a 10 by 10 piece. So I'll have extra on that. But I figured, let me pull this. I could use this for something. I knew I would eventually, right? So that's what I plan on doing on the 15th for March 15th. Awesome Pattern Studio. Start that one. And famous last words, this doesn't look like it's a huge pattern. I think that's a possible finish for this year also, if I can stick to it. Like I said, famous last words, doesn't look big. Also, for F, like I said, I was looking for stuff for F. Now, I do have a possibility for an F for a friend that's doing a design, so I might do that. But I can also I started finding a couple of them. I have F is for friends and something, friendship and, I don't know, fellowship, I don't know. It's by the Sweetheart Tree. I have that kit. When I was going through the kits, I found that. And then there's another one that's a Flamingo Fill. It's a chart that was given to me by Candace Lovelover Stitches, which I did kit up. I might need a couple more colors, but I kitted up for the most part. Those two just really aren't calling to me right now. But I realized the Linen and Threads SAL, this is my colors, is called Friends and Family. So, for F, I can also start this. So even if I do my friends stitching, I still want to start this also. I mean, I have 2 weeks, so I can start 2 things, right? Plenty of stuff, because they're on February already. March is getting ready to be released on the 1st of March. And if I try to catch up, maybe I won't be 3 years behind on the sale. I have, what else? I'm looking at my list of things. Excuse me. Okay. I was talking to my friend Tina Corley. We were talking, and apparently her son really likes to watch me, so I wanted to say hi to Colt. I hope I don't scare you. Sometimes I scare children. I don't know. I hope you like my show. I also have a few things that I received in the mail and the giveaway. Alright, I am light on haul this time, which is good, right? That means I didn't spend a lot of money. I did receive, as I thought I would, I received my threads from Victoria Motto, like the day after I did my video. So, let me see. Try to lay these out. For a minute there, I thought they were sort of repeat colors, but they're not. I looked up. I have, this one's called Old Aztec, this gold one. Those are pretty true to color. And Old Prim Blue. Got another blue. She needs more. Monet Green. Pretty green. Prairie Flower. It's a nice yellow color with a green undertone. New Coral Reef. And February Special. Whatever that is. It's almost like a light aqua. Almost. Finally got a lot of them put away the other day too. So these now need to be put away. Goes over here. I received, my friend Lisa knows that I'm doing the Prairie Schoolers, and She said she had these and did I want them, and I said yes please, and she sent me these 4. It's got mail call. It says 2012, 2011, 2006, and 1998. I happen to have this one, but she had sent it anyway, so I'll probably do a giveaway. Maybe in July, I'll do a Christmas in July type thing for a giveaway for that. See if anybody needs that one. But thank you so much, Lisa. These are definitely going in with my Santas. And 2 more things. I have a giveaway, and then I just wanted to show the bags that I have made up, if anybody's interested. I did a drawing. I used the random comment picker and did a search for the word Daisy. First name that came up was the Unfinished Stitcher, which is J Long. So J Long, you get Daisy fabric. It is, I'm going to say it's a fat 1/8. And if anybody else really liked this fabric, I am pretty sure you can get something like this or close to it. Talk to Cindy Sorley at the Stitchery Express. You can join her group and message her and find out if you can get something like this. Either this one or something close. Because they have tons and tons of choices for this kind of fabric. My last item are my bags. I finished up a bunch of bags, and this is what I had left over. And first one is a flamingo with pink check. And I did a little St. Patty's Day. And both of them have this cool, oh my god, bagpipes, words are hard. Bagpipe charm. Both of them have that. Because I have this St. Patty's Day one also. With the bagpipe charm. And then I have a Valentine's. I know I was late for Valentine's. Best intentions, right? But I have this one. And it's got pink arrows. And then I have a couple of older ones left. I have this one of these left for now. It's the VW with the peace sign. Nope, there's the peace sign. Oh, by the way, VWs, they always remind me of Amy Loves Toad. So Amy, if you're watching this, look at this. Look at this shirt. I thought about you. It's an alien head with the VW sign. And then I have 2 of these bags. This has the holly and the ice skates. So if you're interested in those, get in touch with me. Best way to get in touch with me is at StitchNButton Crafts on Instagram, or to join my group StitchNButton, and I have the links below, so you can get in touch with me if you're interested in any of these. I will be going back, now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I'll be going back to sewing, cutting and sewing more bags this week, now that I put away all that beading. It was a hot mess. I couldn't even see my table. But thanks for sitting with me. And if you have any questions, definitely leave any questions, comments below. And I read all of them and try to respond accordingly. I hope everybody is doing well and not trying to stay away from the crud, because it's not fun. And I just, I got nothing. I'm tired. I'm tired, and I think I'm just going to go sit and stitch and relax. So don't forget, don't let anybody steal your sunshine.